Hey guys, it's Handy Jeff, and today we are plumbing in a new drain for a washing machine. That old one was too small and it didn't drain right because it's probably not vented. So I'm going to show you how to plumb a drain and add an air inlet valve. Essentially, we're going to be doing it in PVC. As you can see, it's cast iron coming out of the wall. So I'll show you how to make that transition. Let's get to it. This is going to be pretty simple, but hey, this could make your life so much easier if you have issues with your laundry drain at all. All right, the magic happens using one of these Fernco cast iron to PVC donut gaskets, and I've got a Street 90 here. What we are going to do is we are going to go ahead and get this Street 90 to go inside. Let's hope it doesn't fight me like it seems like it wants to. All right, so after a little banging around, I was able to get this bad boy in there. Now we've got to try to get it to go into our drain. And to do that, I'm going to take a hammer, just tap around the edge of this gasket. Which over here might be more easily said than done. Heck yeah, that's what I'm here for. I'm gonna do a quick check of level here. As you can see, it is definitely falling. Like, I could visually see that it's falling. For the next step, we are going to take a T, because we need to have a T for the inlet valve. And we just determine where we want it to be based off of where it will set on the wall. Looks like, oh yeah, a good 3 inches will be fine for me. So for this, we're going to take our tape, mark out 3, which normally I just use my hand, but for all the YouTube, I'm going to show you how to do it right. Then you got to cut your pipe. For that, you can use a hacksaw or use power saw, like this Power Milwaukee hacksaw. You can use Sawzall. There's lots of different ways to cut pipe, but go ahead and cut that 3 inches. Then make sure you deburr your pipe, because you don't want any of these crusties getting inside your drain. Look at that factory edge. I'm just kidding. Obviously my blade's dull or I wouldn't have a chip in it. Do you know what time it is? It's time to huff that glue. So get your glue and primer together. If you've never glued PVC before, it is a 2-step process. Make sure you got the T and you're putting your connection piece so that the sweep is down. That's just to help with the venting. And like I said, it's a 2-step process. You've got primer, which some places is clear, and gasp, some places it might even be purple. I hate purple primer. Then you have glue. And if you notice, I'm putting it in the hub first. There's way too much glue on that dauber, but that's fine. And then you push it together and twist. And you twist at least a 1/4 turn to get some air bubbles out. Hold it in there, make sure it's not going to go anywhere. All right, we are going to do the exact same thing for our connection here. A little primer first. And then a little glue, which once again, there's way too much. It's a new bottle, so that's part of the reason. Then when I put this together now, you see that I have a piece of pipe here. This is going to be my vent pipe. And I am going to dry fit this so that it is off the wall, because I don't want to have issues later. So check it out. This is how this is set up. So for this next portion, you're going to want your pipe to be the longest piece of pipe that you're going to end up using. This donut doesn't hold in super tight, so you can't just glue it in here and then hope for the best. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this clamp, and I'm going to clamp the pipe to this piece of wood so that it has a little help holding itself up. It is also worth noting that this piece of pipe is the longest piece, so you want it to be the tallest part possible, because this is where your air inlet valve is going to end up going. Okay, so now what this is going to do is it's going to hold this pipe up and we can go ahead and glue it. The next portion is the P-trap. And as you can see, we're going to want to try to split the difference in these water lines so that our drain is right up the center. In order to do that, we're going to have to take a little bit of an eyeball here, which looks like we're not going to be able to due to the distance of everything else, which is okay. What we are going to do is we're going to just throw our trap right on the other side since we can't split the two different water lines. And this will serve as our trap right here. So I'm eyeballing where I want. Luckily I have anchors that I can use for concrete here, but looks like we're gonna need a 6-inch travel piece. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that. Don't cut your finger off. I am going to go ahead and glue in our travel piece here. The next portion of this little adventure is to figure out where I'm going to be putting another clamp, which looks like we're going to be able to go half on a piece of wood and half off. So for the part that's off, I've got a masonry bit and a hammer drill, and I'm just going to go ahead and drill myself a hole for my anchor now. Also, I want to mention before I continue, yes, I realize I covered up a clean out, but I've grabbed onto this with a giant pipe wrench and wasn't able to get it to move. So I don't think it's coming out of there. I almost feel like they threaded it using Loctite. So now that I've addressed that, we're gonna go ahead, tap, tap, tap-a-roo our wall anchor. And we are going to go ahead, thread this bad boy in, at least get it started. Perfect. Let's check level, pretty good. Now, as long as that bad boy didn't move, we're gonna go ahead and screw this in. You see how I angled it using the drill? That's so that this, when I tighten it up, will actually grab the pipe. So one more time, we'll check level here before we zip it down the rest of the way. Looking pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually set up to glue 2 different joints at the same time so that we can get the right setup for our pipe here. Make sure this pipe is nearby, your stand pipe. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up this joint here in our P-trap. And we're also going to glue this joint here in our trap arm. So hub, pipe, and then pipe, and this is primer. Now we will do the exact same thing with some glue. So glue, 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 glue. And now before it sets up, we gotta get this whole thing in here, and then we will take our extra pipe, move it down through, and just make sure that we have a good connection there. Looks perfect to me now. We'll just let it set up a little bit. Then we can go ahead and glue our standpipe. Before I go ahead and glue that standpipe, I am going to adjust because I was running into one of the concrete anchors. All right, now it's time to glue our standpipe together. Go ahead and hit that hub, hit this pipe. Now plumbing code says when you twist your pipe to always have the letters facing out. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do here if it doesn't set up too fast. And there is our standpipe. I'm going to go ahead and tighten down our clamp the rest of the way. To you, this may seem a little high for a drain. That is okay, because I'm gonna have some half cinder blocks to set the washer and dryer on, just because this basement does get a little bit of water and I want to protect those. All right, so far this is what our little project's looking like. We've got our air inlet's gonna be up there. This is our washer drain right there. And we've got our P-trap all finished up, which is great news. Now we just got to install the air inlet valve and we're finished. So an air admittance valve is super cool. This is a Studor Vent from Odie. And if you take a look at it, it fits either a 2-inch pipe or an 1.5-inch pipe. That's what's cool about it. And it actually just ends up just screwing on to this fitting right here. So all we have to do is go ahead and glue this onto the top of there. Again, primer in the hub, primer around the pipe, which I'm struggling to get back in there. There we go. Just a wee bit too short. Then we're gonna go ahead and glue in the hub, glue it around the pipe, and just make sure that we get this on and twist. Make sure that we get some glue all the way around there, just in case I didn't do a great job. Wipe off our excess because there was definitely too much on there. All right, this is what it looks like. This is an air admittance valve. Now, let's test to see if it works. Basically what it is the one-way valve. When you need vent in your plumbing, it allows air in, but it doesn't allow sewer gas to escape. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. I'm gonna suck in first. I'm gonna try to blow out. I'd say that works. Now sewer gas is it's a little escapey, so I'm gonna take some pipe dope just to make sure I'm gonna have a good seal on this and just run it around the threads here. I'm gonna need a little bit more. My can's almost out. Wow, that's making a mess. It's hard to do this and pay attention to the camera at the same time, just so you know, in case you ever wanted to know. All right, that should be enough to seal up at least these threads. And now the moment we've been waiting for, we just screw this on right on top there. As you can see, there are two different places where air is actually let in on this. So I'm gonna make sure that they aren't facing the back against the wall when I finally get it good and tight. Right there. That is what we're talking about. Let's test this drain out. So as you can tell, I don't have a washer here, so we're just running a garden hose right into our drain here. We're gonna pay special attention to that donut, make sure we don't need to silicone where the PVC goes into the cast iron here. Yep, looks like we're gonna need to silicone it. That's okay. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm gonna go ahead, put some silicone on it, and probably let it set for a while. So it's worth noting that this type of donut is actually made to take pipe and not to take your Street 90 like I've got, which is why I'm gonna have to run some silicone. I'm just gonna put some silicone right in this thing here. And hopefully that will be enough to seal the pipe up. So as you can see, I've got quite a bit of silicone in there. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to attempt to use that as almost like a lube to be able to push my pipe back in. So let's hope that it works. Probably isn't pretty, but I'm actually going to go ahead and seal this up using some silicone as well, all the way around. And that way, if we need to take it out, we're gonna have to work at it. I'm not saying this is the right way because it should have created a watertight seal. I might have needed to clean the inside of my pipe a little bit better. But hey, we're working with what we got. And sometimes adapting and overcoming is part of the deal. God, I can't wait for the internet to rip me on this install. But hey, you know what? It's only dumb if it doesn't work. And luckily, this is for my home, my rental house anyway, not a customer. I would definitely never do silicone for a customer, but hey, we're gonna do the landlord special on this one. So there you have it, guys. It's not perfect, but is it gonna work? Yes, it is. I am gonna go ahead and re-screw and tighten my brackets back up, but other than this, we're done. Thank you so much for watching, and be kind to each other in the comments, because I fully expect the internet to come after me on this one, but hey, it's gonna work. We'll see you in another video. Thank you so much for watching. It's been Handy Jeff. Bye!